Buenos dias and good morning, senor and senorita. Dear listener, great to have you on the call. We're in the just tail end of a hurricane here. I love those storms. Love them. Anyway, the storms of life. There's a few of those kicking around with all the COVID and everything. Anyway, let's connect. Let's connect your heart to my heart. Let's give each other a hug on the left side. Your heart to my heart, your worth to my worth. Yes. Allow your heart to go as large as it really is. No, not the way the ego tells you that it's scary, all of that. That's all that fear-based stuff. Yeah, that's all the ego energy. And then your worth, do the same to your worth. Okay? Got that? See how large it becomes. And then when your bugs here this morning, and when you got your what do you call them? Your heart that big and your worth that big, there's a sense of invincibility that comes with that. Yes, there is. Hold that space. Got that? Now send it out to the universe. Just send it out to the rest of the 8 billion people that need this. Wonderful. Wonderful. Congratulations. Okay. What am I sharing today? Well, I'm sharing about the oxymoron of someone interested in the results of somebody that has had this program and terrified to take it. Well, I'm going to tell you what that is. I'm going to tell you what that is. What it is the ego absolutely knows it's going to die. See, it will take all the other programs that are 400 and under on the consciousness scale. It will let you take those programs. It will even convince you to take those programs. And the reason being, because it knows that when it's over, it'll be 24 to 48 hours when it will have taken you back to where you were before you started. Yes. But with this one, should you come in totally ready and totally open and totally surrendered to the process, and guess what will happen to the ego? It will die. So what it does is it convinces you that you're going to die if you take the process, if you take the I am divinity, that you're going to die. So it does everything it possibly can, using logic and reason and common sense, to make the decision not to take the I am divinity process, to not have your instant and permanent transformation. That's what it's doing. That's exactly what it's doing. How crazy is that? How absolutely crazy is that? Okay? So the ego is terrified it's going to die. That's how all phobias work. And the more you have, the more the ego is in charge of you. This whole COVID and dying from the whatever, the virus. Yes, and all of these crazy things. That's the ego. That is literally the ego convincing you you're going to die. Now, the problem with all of this is having people take this process. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy how many people have had absolutely dramatic results. Symptoms that are all gone, and the person that they're talking to has all of those symptoms, and yet they don't say yes. They don't even say no. They just blank stare, just go into their state of knowing nothingness. Yeah. And so there's a way around that. There is a solution to that. Especially those of you that have taken the program. And even I know there's a ton of you that stopped taking the program because the ego convinced you of something crazy about the program, crazy about me or crazy about the program or whatever, and minimized it and stopped doing it or didn't have time for it. It did all of that bullshit energy to get you to stop. But let's still focus on those to get them in first. Now, in the corporate world, when I was in the corporate world, there was one person that perfected this process. And I'm going to share it with you. And I told a couple of people over the weekend, actually, about this strategy. And because one person was talking to me, a dear friend of mine, Tim, and said, like, I got 3 people that I've been talking to that are very interested in the process. And he said, I've given you their number. Given them your number. And I said, Tim, sorry, bud, that's got a maximum of 10% success rate. Maximum of 10%. Okay? At maximum of 10% success rate. Here's how this person did it. Now this person has talked to groups of 400, groups of 600, and told them, listen, you're all messed up. You're all messed up. There's a person that knows how to clean this up. He did it with me and he did it overnight. Now that person, here's how he did it. And he referred 101 people. 101 person. That's how many. 101 people took my program. No, sorry. 101 came through him to take my program. Okay? Out of those, I can't remember, it's either 85 or 86. It was one of those numbers. That's quite a while ago now. That's why. 85 took the process. Here's how it worked. He would ask them, he would tell them what happened to him. So many of you have done that already. Many of you that have taken the process have done that. And yet none of them showed up. Okay? None of them. And so what it is they don't call. It's a 10% chance of them calling. That's it. Okay? Now, here's how it works. Here's how he did it. He would talk to them, tell them that, like, there's this one guy that he knew really well. He was a billionaire. And he had 5 addictions. In the middle of a messy divorce. 40 pounds overweight. Hadn't flown his private jet for 6 months. Haven't had a personal face-to-face meeting with his executive team in 9 months. Hadn't talked to the rest of his staff in 2 years. Okay? Here's what Jim said. Listen, you're not going to understand what this guy's talking about. It won't make any sense to you. I am telling you, what he's saying is true. He's incredibly honest. What he tells you, he can actually do if you do what he wants. Just do what he says and you will get the results. Okay? That's what he did. And they would come in partially surrendered. But how it worked was this. He would send me an email with their email attached. I would reach out to them, get their phone number, and call them. It went from a 10% success rate to a 90% success rate. That's how it worked. Okay? So, for those of you that have put a lot of effort and energy into getting someone to take the program with 0 results, may I suggest you do that strategy. And may I suggest that those of you that have quit taking the program, and it's kind of like AA, you know, one of the biggest reasons it was so successful, it was that they told people to share it, give it away. You can't keep it if you don't give it away. And those of you that did the selfish thing and just come in and took it, especially by donation, and didn't even make a donation, may I suggest you come back and experience your instant and permanent transformation again. Okay? And sign up and register for the subscription so you can back in it and then share it with others and help them have the same experience as you. That's what I say is what you need to do. So there you have it. Have yourself a magnificent day. For those of you listening for the first time, expect the ego to do everything it can to stop you from taking this process. Because it knows it's going to die if it does, and it doesn't want to, and it's going to convince you that you're going to. How crazy is that? So there you have it. Have yourself a magnificent day. Reach out to us at transformwithdonn.com, Donn with 2 N's. And we have this date of September 22nd happening. You can have a subscription and have a transformation for a subscription. For a subscription that others paid 100,000. Some paid $1 million for. You can get it for the minimum of a subscription. Seriously. Okay? There you have it. And this will have all the answers to all of the fears you have over the copay. Yes, that's how it works. Have yourself a magnificent day.